Hello everyone, no respawns here. Hope you are doing well. So we are in the Ash Heap, and I've wanted to build here for quite a while, but I've never found the right spot. So what I've been doing is meandering, basically, trying to find areas that look cool and also allow me to build in. And I've stumbled across this quite cool little area here. So I can build on top of all of this, as you can see. This area is useful because you've got this kind of cool area, just kind of interesting feature there. And then you've got this kind of reasonably flat area here, which is quite nice. So it's quite neat, really. You're next to a structure over here with some mobs, but they don't tend to bother you. There were some mole miners which maybe start making noise when you're nearest by, but they've never actually attacked me unless I've gone over them. So where am I? I am just Red Rocket Filling Station. There's Lewisburg. There's the Rusty Pick. There's Belching Betty. There's the Charleston Fire Department. The thing you're right next to is called Roland's Work Camp. So yes, we're super close to everything, really. So right, let's just jump straight into it, because I want to build a lot of walls. So basically, this is going to be sort of kind of a raider base. That's kind of what I've kind of envisioned, because I haven't really built a raider base before, and because it's going to kind of be rehashing my... I'm kind of just trying to play around again with the junk walls that I made in the kind of Cranberry Bog video, the video before last. I kind of wanna play around with them again. So I've been using bits and pieces. Okay. Okay, you let me place it. I'm getting that lag. I don't know if it's my controller or whether it's maybe a recent patch or something, but there's been a bit of placement lag as of recently. So I'm going to be clever. Okay, so now we're going to hopefully have this lined up perfectly. And then I can snap it in. No, I always have it off-angled. But basically, I use the silhouette, right? The reason why I moved this post is so I can then have it going down a little bit lower, but also I use the silhouette of the one I just moved so I can get it, like, more or less in the right place. However, my problem is it wasn't pointing in the right direction. It was slightly off-angled, so I failed you, but basically is what's happened. I've let you down. Cool. Right, sweet. So we're going to leave that there like this. Now, I want some raised floors, because just to kind of mix up what I have here. I'm a big fan of my platforms, and that's what we're gonna do, and also gives me a way of slightly angling it off. I've got to remember to leave enough space for the because I have a tent in this basically, so this is gonna feel a bit more like a kind of a camp, but just with a kind of like a bit more of a secure wall around it. But I could have two, actually. Mix it up. Ooh. Is that too, or is that a bit too much? That's a bit too much, and it breaks up the vibe I've had going. So let's just pop some thingies. Because I'm having a few of these. So you've noticed this area that I can sink stuff down a little bit easier. The reason being is because those who've used the creation kit will know this. But basically, we'll do the exact same technique again. But basically, this is kind of like, this rock bit here is like a feature that's kind of stuck on top of the ground, as opposed to kind of like the ground, basically, if that makes sense. So what that means is, oh, if I could be smart and not fucking pull it, I'll do that one instead, it's easier. What that means is that I can, it's generally a bit easier to sink stuff down in. Oh yeah. Oh yeah! Right, cool. Cool. So double fences. And I can have another one of those here, can't I? Get in. And it looks quite nice. So the kind of the vague idea is the little ramp here is gonna be kind of the entrance to it, but these just kind of just gives me an excuse to build some, weird walls. You know how much I love walls, and also, like, I don't know, I'm kind of trying to use what I did in the last one, but make them a little bit more, I don't know, crisper, I guess. And it's just fun. I like making kind of junky. You know what I mean? It's like I like making junky settlements. It's similar-ish to what I did before, but it's fun to make, so... And it's hot as hell in London right now, and I can't think of anything else. Yeah, so those who don't know, in Europe, in like France, I think it's like 42 or something. And in London right now, it's like 38, 40. Well, yeah, I think it was like 39 at one point today. And it is sweltering. 39 degrees, so Fahrenheit, it's like well over 100 or something. We don't normally get hot weather, so this is pretty unpleasant. And just so you know, you may notice that you can't hear any background noise in my video right now, right? Do you know what that is? Yeah, it's because I've had to turn all the fans off, close the windows, and all that jazz. So feel for Davey, is what I'm saying, because I am really sweating about now, which is why I'm trying to do this video reasonably quickly. I'm going to try and... that's why I went for something that I was like, this will be a nice build for me to do, rather than... which is still cool, but without being overtly complex. Because it is too bloody hot. The temperature drops back normal soon, so that's cool. But temporarily it's going to be baking, to be honest. Right, now, I'm going to pop you out for a sec, because I needed you as a gauge. Right, so what we do is, I want a fence to come off this, but at a different angle. So what we're going to do is we're going to sort of estimate where it is. So if that's about, what, halfway, I can do it like this, and I can just keep... That's going to be way too big, I know that for a fact. Actually, I might have to pop that one off, it'll be easier. Yeah, I'll be way easier doing it that way. Because that way I can get it... Yeah, okay, cool. So if I do it that way instead... So what you can do, right, is I'm kind of like gauging where that went. I'm going, okay. And snapping it like that. That way I can have them. You can even, like, before I was going to do it so it was all, like, kind of curved, but to be honest, it was actually causing a few issues with the, oh, bit of lag there. There we go, look at that. See, so you can just, it's just a little bit of just a nicer way to position the fences. Oh, you little shit. Any reason why we're not doing that? Pull it back a bit. I can just do it a different way. It's fine. We'll experiment and make something a bit different. Check it. Oh god. Oh yeah. It was doing that earlier, and I cannot stress how much that is the worst sound ever. I hate that sound so much. Bethesda, if one of you are watching this, please just change the noise. It is such a horrible, annoying noise. I hate it so much. So right, we're gonna have the fence here, but what I can do is maybe do this way instead. So that way there's a bit more permanence, and I think... Ha 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 ha, eat a dick. Oh, I can feel the sweat pouring down my face. Enjoy that image. Sweaty Davey making videos for you. Maybe try this one instead. I just want something there. Come on. Come on, sorry. God, you're being a right knob, aren't you? Hey, look, you went in there, you prick. Now, let me move you back a bit. There we go. Get it nice and close. I could be cheeky and maybe take it off there. And then move you a bit in. It just doesn't even make any sense half the time. Intersecting. What it is intersecting? I don't know. Prick. That's close enough. Fuck it, I don't care. That's actually quite a nice way, because I don't actually want this wall to go all the way around, because I've obviously got this area here. So it kind of acts as a nice little end cap. And then what we can do is sweat and melt while I'm making this video. But also... Really, dude? Really? You're just going to place it there, are you? Just going to place down there, are you? Thanks for that one, dear. Dick. You're not letting me place it down. You're going to be a prick. There we go. There we go. Thank you, you knobhead. And I've just shunt it around a bit. Weird. Okay, how straight is that? As always, not straight at all, but I can having a bit of a grand old time getting this straight. You know, I'm gonna tweak around with that part in a bit. Actually, I'll try it one more time. I don't know why it keeps moving it so it's like right next to me as well. It's really annoying. That's actually much better. Yeah, that'll do. That'll do. If I can get it a little bit to the side. Or are you going to be a knob? God, you're being really weird. Let's try it one more time. One more time. I think it's because I'm walking up things. Come on. Come on. Getting this exactly the position I want is an ball lake, but that's about centered as I can get it. It's not fully centered, it's a little bit off to the side, but I will manage. It will do, and as I said, it is sweltering. God, it's so hot in this room. It's actually been really weird because so I work in an office which uncharacteristically has aircon. I can't put one there. Can I put there? Nope. I hate that sound so much. I don't need it on these things, but it would be nice to have them. Oh, you can have one there. Okay, adds a little bit more structure. Yeah, no, I have an office that has aircon, which is really, really nice. And so I've been actually fine all day, with the exception of when I dived out and went to the bathroom briefly, or went out for lunch. So it's been a bit of a weird one, to be honest. Okie dokie, can I do that side? I can. Can I do that side? Hey! I want this as kind of just a little thing I peek over. Right, so that was quite brief. What I'm going to do is I'm going to decorate this and add details and stuff to it. As I said, this is more about just kind of like a weird junk wall thing. And I'll turn this into a slightly funkier kind of raidery camp. And we'll see how it looks. One mo. And we are back. It looks, as you can see, very scrappy, really. Which is quite cool. It's less of a raider. I kind of ditched the raider idea. And it's now just kind of a Wastelanders Ash Heap based. The reason being is we don't really have much bits for making it raidery. And if you want to make it raidery, you kind of have to neglect other bits. So it's just more of a kind of generic, but kind of weird looking camp that's a bit scrappy looking. Bit of a smaller, quicker build, this one, but I've kind of got like about 15 build ideas shoved in a spreadsheet that I want to get through. And this one seemed nice because I was meandering around the Ash Heap. It's quite a cool little area. Let me get. This is quite a lot of places. It's good for checking out the base. This and just adding bits and pieces to it. It's quite cool. So I've got my little defensive area here, and I've hidden these spikes in the steps. This is actually. I mean, you can turn it on. It actually should be That's weird. Weird. Okay, so that should have gone off. I don't know why it didn't go off. Oh no, now it's going off. They're broken so much. Honestly, I only put that thing there so it looked cool rather than actually was a trap. So it's quite... I did extend it out a little bit to kind of give you a wee bit more space. So I just kind of pushed this out and shoved this backwards a wee bit because it was a little bit cramped. Honestly, this feels just a lot like my original camp that I had in the forest, just like the Ash Heap version of it, which is kind of sort of what it turned into, which is... just kind of an alternative start to a scrappy looking tent and wall little camp. Something simple but with a little bit of character to it. I will say one thing I've learned about the Ash Heap is it looks a little bit better when it's getting a bit dark. When it's like morning or the day. I think because it's just got loads of open area, it looks a little bit meh. Oh, there's a suit of power armor over there. I'm gonna grab the fusion core from that in a sec. So let me go back and have a look, see from another angle again. I once, while I was doing this, saw the Mothman up there. He was on the top of that little cliff there. So occasionally he can appear. So there we go. There we go. See, it looks really nice when it's lit up as well. So yeah, it's a bit of a shorter video, this. I just wanted to try something a little bit, just try building in a new area, really. If you found any interesting areas in the Ash Heap especially, let me know. Ash Heap and the Toxic Valley, because they're the two areas that I feel as if don't get enough love. And, I don't know, like, look at this. Even though it's a little bit, I always feel as if for something as scrappy like this, it is harder to achieve it as much as I'd like in Fallout 76, say, compared to Fallout 4. But, like, it does blend in quite well if you compare it to, like, that area over there. And it's quite cool. And I just like this area quite a bit. So, anyway, as always, follow me on Twitter at norespawns. I'm going to be, I'm going to have a video up on the weekend of the new Wolfenstein game. Probably just a little kind of gameplay through of that. That'll be hopefully up on Sunday. I'm actually going to be in France tomorrow and Saturday for work. So I have to kind of motor home. And it's also QuakeCon as well, so I won't actually be going to that, but I'll be tweeting about it a lot. And then hopefully meeting people afterwards, because I actually get back in London, like, literally just as QuakeCon finishes. So I'm just gonna go to the pub, really, and meet up with other YouTubers and other peeps while I'm there. So if you're within that group, say hello. But yes, until the next video, you guys enjoy the rest of your week. Don't forget to hydrate, because it is going to be sweltering for at least another more day. And I will talk to you lovely people soon. You take care.